Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. If everybody had a clue, I mean, with him.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great.
You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're the best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders for.
After Terence Crawford's impressive win over Canelo Alvarez, Gervonta "Tank" Davis took to X claiming that he could defeat Crawford himself. He said, "I'll swing on him for real," doubling down on his confidence and challenging critics to watch him prove it in the ring. Davis promised to train harder, emphasized that he wants respect, and insisted he deserves a genuine opportunity to establish himself among boxing's elite. Many in the boxing community had expected acknowledgement of Crawford's historic performance. Instead, Davis's remarks drew criticism, with analysts pointing out that even if he didn't wish to praise Crawford, showing disrespect was uncalled for. They highlighted that defeating Canelo in such a decisive manner was a feat few thought possible, and downplaying it was inappropriate for a fellow fighter.
It dominated a first ballot Hall of Famer, a 4-division champion, a 2-time undisputed super middleweight, and was the reigning undisputed 168-pound super middleweight world champion. Superstar boxer, Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is now 63 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout. And Gervonta "Tank" Davis, I'm not even going to read off his accolades, because what he did is just nasty work. And this is your king that y'all be praising. Gervonta "Tank" Davis, instead of applauding the accomplishments, just tip your hat. Just tip your hat. Hey, salute. And if you don't want to salute him, guess what? Just don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. If you don't want to salute that man, just don't say nothing. Right? And so, Gervonta "Tank" Davis takes to social media because the boxing world is praising Terence Crawford for what he did. After Gervonta "Tank" Davis, when the fight was announced and when Terence Crawford was saying he wanted to go up from 154 to 168, Gervonta "Tank" Davis said he was doing it for the money, not for the legacy.
Well before this exchange, Crawford had openly shared his opinion about Davis. He said he did not consider Davis a fighter willing to take on challenges against opponents superior to him. Crawford described Davis as someone who talks a lot but avoids the toughest tests. He even admitted personal dislike for Davis, making it clear that any potential matchup would carry personal tension beyond just competitive stakes.
Tank would never even think about to come up to 154.
All right, what about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens, or is it like?
I just really don't like that dude.
You know? Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your.
Yeah, I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his ways. Nah.
Bill Haney, father and trainer of Devin Haney, also commented on the situation. He dismissed Davis's claims, stating there was no way Tank could replicate Crawford's accomplishment. Haney argued that Davis should stop calling out bigger fighters and focus on his own weight division. He insisted Davis stay in his lane at 147 pounds instead of seeking attention in divisions where he has no legitimate claim. For Haney, Davis's remarks were purely a publicity stunt.
Gotta ask your thoughts on Tank saying he'd knock out Terence in 6 rounds. You think he was playing, trolling, what? Selling tickets to his new fight?
Was that like his tweets? Like he's
Nah, he said it
on
audio.
video.
Huh?
He said audio. He said it. He's like, if I tap that chin, you know he chinny.
Listen, Terence has already hired us for any of the little guys. Anybody 130, 26, 30, 35, you know, Gary Russell, Tank Davis, you cannot go to get to Terence Crawford without going through us. Rolly Romero, leave Earl Spence alone. You see what I'm saying? You come over here and you get that ass whipping too. You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're the best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
Trainer Greg Hackett praised Crawford's victory, calling it one of the most remarkable achievements in modern boxing. He emphasized that Crawford has nothing left to prove after accomplishing a feat unseen in generations. Hackett pointed out that no fighter since Bob Fitzsimmons or Henry Armstrong had climbed weight classes and dominated a highly respected opponent like Canelo so thoroughly. Hackett stressed that Crawford's win was not a close decision or the result of luck. It was a clinical, decisive performance. He stated that this victory secures Crawford's place among the all-time greats and silences doubts about his legacy. Hackett concluded that Crawford should now focus on enjoying his triumph instead of responding to negativity.
Held them all at the same time. Legendary shit. He goes in there and beats arguably the best fighter or one of the best fighters of his era.
Yeah.
Regardless of weight class.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on the performance?
The performance was like clean. Like it was real. It was times where it was close calls. Like it looked like Canelo might, Canelo might get him right here. You know what I mean? Bud found a way out, slip up out of there. He was working behind his jab real good, footwork real good. You know, setting the pace. He was creating what I like to call spider web in there. You know what I'm saying? That's basically setting traps with your movement. The part I didn't expect was for Canelo to really approach Bud like Bud, you know, like he was just gonna punch on Bud. He was looking. What I mean by that is Canelo when he would hit Bud to his hips or like on the shoulder, because I seen him do it a few times. He was like Canelo was like looking for those results that he usually get when he do those things. And I was like, I can't believe he looking at Bud like that. Like he really trying to play Bud. I mean, on the low. He know Bud can fight, but it was like, I'm gonna hit, all right, when I hit you on your hips, you gonna act right. I mean, when I hit you on your shoulders, you gonna act right. And you could tell Canelo's been spoiled over the years. Canelo's gotten better, a lot better. And Canelo is a legend for sure. But you could tell he's imposed his will on a lot of guys and won off of his poker face alone. You know what I mean? Along with the punishing shots.
Despite Crawford's admitted dislike for Davis, he has not completely ruled out a potential fight. He stated that if Davis is serious, he should move up to 147 pounds so the matchup can occur on fair terms. Crawford sees this as an opportunity not only to stop Davis's constant trash talk, but also to reaffirm his superiority against a high-profile opponent. The decision, however, rests entirely on Davis. If he truly believes he can win, he must prove in the ring rather than relying on online statements. Crawford's stance demonstrates confidence in his abilities while leaving the challenge open to Tank.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that's moving up 2 weight classes and, you know, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow, man. Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh, man.
You're going to have a pre-camp.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
Boxing commentator DJ Rum highlighted Crawford's versatility and complete mastery in the ring. He described Crawford as one of the rare athletes capable of executing every skill at the highest level. Rum emphasized Crawford's adaptability. Whether facing a power puncher, a slick counterpuncher, or relentless pressure, he can adjust seamlessly, constantly keeping opponents guessing. Rum described Crawford as a once-in-a-generation fighter whose understanding of timing, distance, and angles separates him from his peers. For him, Crawford's bouts are more than fights. They are demonstrations of skill and strategy, with every move carefully calculated. Rum believes Crawford's legacy will remain unmatched for years to come.
Clearly, outboxed him like I said he would. You know, Bud is special, man. He could adapt. He can make adjustments. There's nothing he can't do. I was a little worried because in the beginning when the fight was announced, because of Canelo's power, Bud coming up, they're like, oh, he come up 2 weight classes. I consider it, he came up 3, because he only had 1 fight at 154.
Yeah, 1 fight at 54.
Yeah, right.
So I feel like it's 3 weight classes in 2 fights.
Right.
Yeah.
So with that right there, that was a big thing, because Canelo is strong. Canelo does hit hard, he got power, and he's comfortable at 168. You understand what I'm saying? He's more comfortable. I didn't know if the weight was going to do something to Bud, but I know there was ways that he could outbox him easily. He did it. Towards the closer to the fight date, I changed my stance on it and leaned more to Bud, which was a good thing because my prediction was right yesterday on it, and he just outboxed him, outclassed him. He showed people. And I think he still followed a bit of the Mayweather blueprint. You know, Canelo has to plant his feet all the time to throw off his power, let off his power shots. He has to just make that quick stop, real quick, like a millisecond. That's all Bud needs to move out the way. Bud sets him up to get a reaction. By the time Canelo goes to throw that punch, Bud slips to the side and catches him that way. Bah-bah. It's too late. You know what I mean, for Canelo to, his planning of the feet to throw his power punches, if more people figure that out and really take that into consideration in their training camps, I think he would have more losses. But a lot of them fear the power, like a skull.
7. Even after such a rare accomplishment, some analysts noted that many fans and commentators were reluctant to give Crawford full credit. Part of this, they argued, stems from favoritism toward Canelo, who enjoys immense popularity, especially in Mexico. Meanwhile, as an African-American fighter, Crawford has often faced bias. Critics say the reactions highlight that public perception, race, and popularity still influence how achievements are recognized in boxing.
Enough for a guy to come 2 to 3 weight divisions lower. Well, so you would be asking a guy to literally just stand there like this new slap exercise, slap me and I slap you. That's not boxing, and that's extremely sour grapes. And my advice to you is this: although most times people will stay on cold, there's there's exceptions to the rules where people will say, I'm not going that far. You know what I mean? Like by our administration right now that's governing the New Russia. They do a lot of illegal things on a daily. But this pedophilia, some people are saying, no, I'm jumping off the boat on this one. I'm going to go with protecting the kids. I mean, I'll go with you with a lot of stuff, but protecting the kids is kind of important to me. Should be, right? It should be, level. So it should be, where you just you don't go a certain length, right? It should be borders. So to say, okay, I don't go past that line. And the line should be pedophilia. Or a line should be no objectivity at all in the world of boxing. You saw a great performance, and Canelo just lost, right? This guy is just a better fighter. Right? If he can come up from that weight division and stand in the pocket most of the time, and still win. If you are saying that you don't want Canelo to be able to cut the ring off with this guy that didn't really run at all, then you're basically saying, well, listen, let's just stand and slug. And that's brawling, right? That has nothing to do with boxing. And so people are going to jump off that. And here's something else that's going to happen to you people right now with sour grapes and are racists running around just saying ridiculousness, right? Because you're disappointed.
Rising star Hamza Shiraz also praised Crawford, calling him a mean machine in the ring. He noted that Crawford always finds a way to overcome any opponent. Shiraz's comments reflect the respect younger fighters hold for Crawford, acknowledging him as a standard of excellence. Crawford's performance against Canelo, he said, confirmed what he already believed, that Crawford competes at a level few others can match.
Said it about himself in the post-fight press conference yesterday. He goes, my mind wants to do it. He goes, my body can't. Doesn't mean he's totally shot. He's not totally shot. He's still a great fighter. And someone I could definitely see myself in the ring with pretty soon.
And beating?
Yeah, definitely. It would have been kind of nice for him to get the win and then me to fight him and then potentially have beaten him. But yeah, God has a different plan.
Look, it still could be Canelo. I don't know when. The plan's obviously a little bit ruined. But do you believe you'd stop Canelo Alvarez, Hamza?
Do I believe I'd stop him? I believe I've got a good chance of doing so.
Crawford's longtime trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, offered insight into the fighter's next steps. He suggested that Crawford is unlikely to chase a fight with David Benavidez and may instead choose to vacate titles or rest rather than take on unnecessary risks. Bomac emphasized that Crawford has earned the right to prioritize his legacy and personal goals. With nothing left to prove, Crawford can focus on what matters most to him rather than critics' demands.
Benavidez can make 168. Maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terence Crawford.
No, we ain't doing that fight.
Maybe planning on vacating the belts?
No, we ain't gonna vacate the belts. You know, we just gonna sit where we need to sit for a minute, and then, just like I said, get back in the gym and do our thing.
Honest?
And he don't want nothing.
154, no.
So what does this performance prove about the end of sparring? You guys are largely
I told you it don't make
it.
no difference. Didn't I say it? I said that don't mean shit. I don't give a damn about that.
Yeah.
I said that, didn't I? In one of those interviews, I said that. Don't mean shit, because he's no Bud Crawford. I'm not taking nothing from Ennis, Bozy, them over there, them.
Legendary heavyweight Evander Holyfield weighed in on Crawford's victory, calling it exceptional. He highlighted Crawford's timing, footwork, and ring intelligence, noting that these qualities set him apart from ordinary champions. Holyfield said the win over Canelo was not just a victory, but a demonstration of mastery, reminding fans what elite boxing looks like. Coming from a legend like Holyfield, the praise carries significant weight.
What do you think of Crawford's performance over Canelo?
It was super.
Super.
Because the thing is that when you got both of the guys are good.
Right.
I just think that when you have two guys, the smaller guy is a guy that don't have the punching power, but he has the skills that's necessary.
Crawford.
Yeah.
So you were very impressed with his performance? Would you say?
Well, yeah. The point of the matter is, I knew if it came down to if somebody got knocked out, I thought Crawford would probably get knocked out.
Yeah.
But I know about.
That concludes today's coverage. Stay tuned for more updates in the next video.